İngiltere'nin uzun süredir sıcak gündem başlığı düzensiz göçmenler. Bibby Stockholm isimli barınak gemisi gündeme geldiğinde İngiliz hükümetine gemiye kapasitesinin üzerinde göçmen yerleştirme eleştirileri yöneltildi. Barınak gemi 18 Temmuz'da ülkenin güneyindeki Portland limanına demirledi. Ancak ilk göçmen grubu önce hazırlıklarının tamamlanmaması nedeniyle ardından da yangın güvenliği endişeleri nedeniyle gemiye yerleştirilemedi. Geminin limana demirlemesinin 3. haftasında bugün Bibby Stockholm'e ilk göçmenler yerleştirildi. Göçmenler yeni hayatlarının ilk durağına yerleşmeye başladılar. Şimdi gözler İngiltere'nin göçmenlere yönelik izlediği bu politikaya başka önlemler de getirip getirmeyeceğine odaklandı.
Yeah, my name's Chris Bradey. I'm a retired head teacher from the nearby city of Bournemouth, and I'm 70 years old. Well, I'm coming here to show my sympathy for the asylum seekers and the refugees who are going to be housed upon this barge on the island of Portland. I think it's a disgrace. I think that our government is being cruel, and I think that it's abominable that asylum seekers, many of whom will have crossed dangerous waters, are being housed on a barge. They may be traumatised, they may have all sorts of anxieties, and to me it seems the height of cruelty to place them upon this barge. Yeah, well, I think there's a number of stories here to be spoken of. First of all, the fact that this island here is a very poor, deprived area. The people here are on low wages, that the health service is poor, and they're concerned and anxious that the refugees will put a strain upon these stretched services. I also think there's a story to be told of the money that's going to be gained by Portland Port. They're going to be getting millions for berthing this barge. Millions perhaps which should be poured into the island rather than into the pockets of the executives and directors of the port. So I think there's a story there to be told. Yeah, I think it's absolutely important that these people who are human beings like the rest of us and have faced the misfortunes of war, I feel that we should open our hearts and our humanity and say welcome, refugees are welcome here. And also there's one other story perhaps I ought to tell you. Near the small town where I live, Swanage, there's a statue of a young man who in the 1930s enabled many Jewish children to escape from Nazi Prague. And when the statue was unveiled, his grandson said, refugees are not a historical issue, they're a contemporary issue. Just as we welcomed in England Jewish children in the 30s, so we should open our hearts to all refugees today. Oh, the welcome packages contain things which people would need, toiletries, phone numbers so that one could get help, contact with a buddy who might be able to support them, and just to make them feel that they're welcome, that not everyone in England is saying, close the door. I can tell you that Lloyd's of London have not signed off the barge. It's officially unseaworthy. At Falmouth, before it came here, a large section of the barge was repaired. So the barge is not officially seaworthy. There are issues of fire safety. As we pointed out, 500 people on a barge made for half that number. Narrow corridors, no plans for, as far as I can see, for working out how to do an emergency evacuation. The Fire Brigade Union in England had said that this barge is unsafe, that it's, and you've heard of Grenfell, that it's a floating Grenfell potentially. So there are really, really serious issues of safety, let alone the moral issues we've talked of here.